Greetings viewers, if you click the video link, you're here to learn how to assemble and disassemble an M82A1. The video is going to be broken into several different parts. We're going to assemble it, we're going to go over the functions of it, and we're going to disassemble it. So if you want to see the timestamps down below for that, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we're going to go ahead and start with the upper receiver here. This is not the normal orientation of the barrel. We do have to extend it, so if it is compressed like this, we are going to go ahead and pull it straight out. You may have to finagle it just a little bit. If you look right here, you should see we're going to bottom out, so we know now that this cannot go any further forward. All right, so we're looking for these notches right here in the barrel, and this spring-loaded mechanism here. As you can see, this is a U-shape. This U-shape needs to be stretched to accommodate and fit right in here. If you're not able to do this by yourself, you may need to have a second set of hands hold the barrel while you pull on this, or if you're able to do it one-handed or find some other way to brace the weapon so that you can again stretch this to fit here. So stretch it just like that. It should fall all the way down in there, and now your barrel is locked and ready to go, and we are ready to move to the lower receiver. All right, so the first thing we're going to do with the lower receiver, we're going to go ahead and get the bipod extended so we can make this a little bit easier for ourselves. So what we need to do in order to do that is we need to grab the leg of the bipod here, brace the weapon, and we're going to pull, rotate it, and you can let go, and then you'll see it'll lock into this notch here. So there are notches, so you can have this facing forward, extended for use, or facing towards the rear. So you can see again on this one, we're going to pull back, rotate it, and it's going to lock into this notch. So now we can stand this up and have a little bit better access to everything we need here. So right now, this bolt is under spring tension. We have this pin in here that's holding it, so we need to remove this pin, but before we do that, we need to pull the bolt back and hold it so it doesn't go shooting forward. So find some way to brace the butt of the gun, whether it's against your shoulder, your leg, or something else. We're gonna pull back on the charging handle, lift this pin out, and then just let the bolt kind of ride forward. Once it can come out, you know that you're far enough forward, you're not going to have to worry about that spring tension. We can let it go. We also have a pin in the back here. We're going to remove that. And if you'll notice, one pin is longer than the other, so it is going to matter where we put these. All right, so now we're going to take the upper receiver and attach it to our lower receiver here. Again, our bolt is free floating. What we're going to be looking for is this hooked portion right here on the upper receiver, and this pin right here on the lower receiver. Those are going to mate up. So we're going to kind of tilt the barrel down a little bit. So it's going to be locked in there. We know we're in the right place. And then the whole upper receiver is going to rock down. All right, so you have to pull this back a little bit. The upper receiver is going to rock into position. You can let go of the charging handle. Our longer pin is going to go in back here. Push it all the way through. The short pin, let's tilt this back on its side. You'll see this part right here. You should be able to look through that hole right now and see nothing but light. It shouldn't be obstructed. So that pin should just pop in there. And for all intents and purposes, the gun is assembled. Go ahead and just do a function check, bolt cycles, and it is assembled. All right, so now that our weapon is assembled, we are ready to use it. So we'll go over the functions here. It does come with a 10-round magazine. You'll notice on the front here, it has kind of a little lip. So it's almost like an AK mag where you kind of have to lock it in and rock it up. So you might want to tilt the gun up a little bit to get in there. Make sure it's far forward, and then it locks into place. This is your mag release here when you need to take it out. So lock it in. Again, we've got our charging handle that's attached to the bolt. You're going to load your rounds that way. Again, there is no ammunition present, so we're not worried about blowing holes in any walls here. So you can see that we've just got a couple of standard controls here. We've got a regular AR grip. We've got our fire and safe mode. So you just have two selections on this one, no fun switch. And that's pretty much it. Again, put it on fire, pull the trigger, and you're ready to rock and roll. So now we're going to go ahead and jump back into taking this puppy apart. So we're going to remove our magazine again, press the mag release forward, rock the magazine out, set that aside. I'm gonna pop this bipod leg back down. Again, this does make your life a little bit easier having it in a position where you can do this. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and remove our pins again. So we've got this one long pin that's in the rear. Just pull it straight out. Same thing with the small pin on the bottom. You can just grab hold of that ring, pull it straight out. Reverse order what we did putting it together. We're just gonna lift up on the rear, rocking it forward on that pin. You may have to pull the charging handle back some to allow it to lift. Once you've lifted it a sufficient angle, it will break free from the lower receiver. What I like to do just to make sure the bolt isn't falling out all over the place and we're losing things is I'm gonna go ahead and secure it in place now. So I am gonna pull it back. There is a hole right here in the top of the bolt that the pin fits in. You can just set that in there and then release, and it will keep the bolt in place for you. Go ahead and put the bipod legs down again. You can rotate them to the rear, or if you want, you can put them forward. It's completely up to you. Usually just put them to the rear because it takes up a little bit less space, lengthwise in the safe anyway. And we can take our longer pin and we'll just go ahead and feed that back in there. And we're done with the lower receiver. So we'll set this aside. All right, so we're again reverse order on the upper receiver here. We need to take this spring, pull back on it, and allow it to go forward to its resting position. This can be quite a pain in the butt, and it is definitely easier with a buddy. But if you don't have any friends like me, then you have to do it yourself. So I just kind of brace it with my legs the best that I can. Grab a hold of this, pull back, and then slowly let it forward. Try not to pinch your fingers. Once that's loose and slack, you can just slide the barrel backwards. And your lower receiver is now taken apart. And it's as simple as that. It's like Legos for adults. So hopefully you found something useful in this video. If you think I missed anything or you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. With that, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.